Welcome back to round 3. And we had to mulligan. We're on the drop. But I think our hand's fine.
Oh no!
Mono black aggro. Well, not mono black necessarily, but black aggro. Crap! We might have to high tide into Devin Nero's disc.
So our opponent before the match started asked us if we wanted to split. We said no, sir. And you know when you refuse a split, that's bad karma.
Right.
But for the sake of our viewers...
To be fair, he didn't ask us to split. He just said he'd give us a pack if he got the QP.
Oh, that sounds like bribery to me. Okay.
Yes, it does to me too, which is why we didn't take it. Aside from the fact that we really just wanted to play with our Black Lotus again.
Yeah. And for the sake of our viewers, they want to watch us win this draft too.
Right.
So maybe he taps Carnophage here.
You wish. He's going to be getting in there.
Maybe he doesn't know how Carnophage works. The first time I played with Carnophage, I actually did tap it.
Really?
Yeah, because you know how Moto works. Like sometimes it's
yes, no, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's probably like, would you like to pay a life? Yes, no, or something like that.
Yeah.
Or would you like to tap Carnophage?
It doesn't say that. I think it says, "Would you like to pay a life?"
Oh, so he's on blue-black tempo-y madness-y aggro.
Okay. Waterfront Bouncer doesn't do anything.
Right.
It's just 1/1 for 2.
Alright, so what have we got going on here?
Eventually we have Disc, if we live that long.
Right, if we need to, we eventually have Disc.
Looks like our opponent might be double queuing.
It's quite possible since he wanted to split. Well,
yeah.
Pseudo-split.
Yeah, since he wanted to split, basically. It would be nice for your recording if you had the ability to pause it. Do you know if you can do that?
I don't have the ability to pause.
Okay.
I've looked into it before.
XSplit pause.
It's a feature that they haven't finished putting in yet.
There's unfortunately no way to pause recordings in XSplit. Well, why don't they put that in?
They're debating and or working on it. So Swamp, sit here.
Yep.
Worst case, if we really have to at some point, and we draw like an extra island, we can go High Tide Never Neural's disc. But then again, if we draw an extra island, we don't need to, so it doesn't matter.
Actually, we can't. High Tide, that would only be 3 mana.
Right. It'd be, yeah. My point was if we'd played the Swamp here and then had 4. But then it's like, why did we just waste High Tide?
Okay, so he gets in with Bouncer.
Sure. And he plays the Sender Bifree. Okay, so this might be the match where your disc is actually worth it.
Yeah.
So we'll just go Island, then next turn Swamp disc.
Yeah, we might be dead at that point. 6, and if he plays like a 4 power guy, then we actually are dead.
It's possible. We could be dead. Because we'll be at 9. We're going to go land disc. If his guy's...
Carnage.
We're not dead.
Let's see. 3, 5.
We'll be at 1.
You click so fast. Stop clicking so fast.
What? It was his end step. It didn't matter.
Well, maybe we wanted to cast Obsessive Search.
We didn't.
Well, maybe we did.
We did not.
Oh, disc?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9?
Yeah.
Oh, we are dead.
Yeah, so we wanted to cast Obsessive Search there.
Well...
See, you go way too fast. So we have to try and go off. 3, 5, 7, 8, 9.
This isn't gonna work. Oh,
no, if we hit... Yeah, we High Tide, and then we can hit something with Obsessive Search, perhaps. Or Deep Analysis.
Well...
We could hit Lotus and Frantic Search.
We could hit Lotus Frantic Search. We did.
Okay, so we're dead.
Well, he had a very, very blitzy aggro start there.
Yep.
Against blitzy aggro starts, we want blockers.
Yep.
Palancron's probably a little slow. I mean, he does give us infinite mana, but
Alright, let's take out
Is
the disc.
disc is again just slow. We don't have the ability to last late game.
Okay.
So our opponent might get his QP and his pack because we fought him. But whatever.
Well, of course he will, because that's karma for you. You can't ever refuse the split.
Can't you? This hand looks fine. Doesn't have any draw effects except for a Lonely Sandbar, but we have 3 things towards comboing already.
Yep.
We basically have nigh infinite mana in hand already. Do we just cycle the Lonely Sandbar? I think so.
Yeah, let's get closer to an Owl Familiar, especially like Carnophage. Maybe he just drafted 5 Okay, there's our Owl Familiar.
So we go Island, Owl Familiar.
Yep. And we have a tough choice.
We could still hit... Well, chances are we'll hit a black at some point.
Alright, let's discard Swamp.
I'd rather have the blue manas for the high tide.
Yeah.
Being on the play does give us an advantage over him here. Because even though he's fast, we can still combo out pretty quickly.
Yeah. So hopefully he doesn't have Adel. Maybe he brought in Adel.
Maybe. Which point he names blue and gets rid of one of our things.
Yeah. Takes 1.
Sure.
Degree.
So we'll just chump.
No.
No? Yeah, save it for something bigger.
Save it for the F3. And also we can get in for 1 for the storm count thing.
Sure, this turn we can get in for 1.
Yeah. And also next turn he doesn't play.
Sure. Reduce the amount needed for storm count by a little bit.
Yeah.
So ideally we'd hit like 1 or 2 more draw effects and then we'd just go off.
Yeah. I think best draw next turn would be Factor Fiction.
Yeah, I think Factor Fiction would do really nicely for us.
Even Deep Analysis would be good.
So here's...
Death Mercenary. So we're still not dead next turn.
So Swamp Owl Familiar?
Do we just play Owl Familiar first?
I think we just play Owl Familiar first, just in case we need to discard the Swamp. Yeah, I think we can discard a Swamp.
Yeah, we'll discard that one.
So...
Still get in for 1, I guess.
Yeah, get in for 1, then we can block one of the guys with an Owl Familiar. And now our Tendrils count only needs to be at 9, so...
Yep.
Or actually, it only needs
even
to...
less because he's Carnophaging himself.
Right. This is actually good for us.
Yeah.
So if we draw 1 draw effect, we should be fine.
Yeah.
Because we can go High Tide, Turnabout, Gush.
Well, Gush is a draw effect. You mean another one?
Right, we need to draw 1 more.
Okay. Unfortunately, the Black Lotus might have to tap for black.
It happens. Because he's going to get in for 8 this turn. So we have to go off next turn. Well, no, he's getting in for 6.
Wait, let's think. So 4, 6, 8. So maybe we just take it all.
Take it all, go to 6?
Yeah, and then we reduce the tendrils count by even 1 more.
It's
Because we have to try and go off.
right. Okay, I think we can go off. So, Island, High Tide.
Yep. Yep.
Float 4,
Frantic Search.
Frantic Search.
There's our tendrils.
Do you want Tendrils or Freeze? Probably Tendrils. So discard Freeze.
Probably Freeze, it's cheaper, right?
Freeze
we need 10 spells, tendrils we only need 7.
So I think we discard
no.
Freeze.
Tendrils we need 8, sorry.
We have to
Tendrils
discard 2 cards, so... I think we discard Tendrils Ritual.
You want to try and Brain Freeze them?
Well, Brain Freeze we need 10.
Yeah, tendrils we need 8. But tendrils cost
Well,
more.
Tendrils we need
8.
7.
7, yeah.
So we could discard Freeze Ritual.
But then we can't cast the Tendril.
We have
can
Lotus.
hold- Yeah, let's freeze Ritual, I guess.
Because we have Lotus, so. So then we go lands. Gush, bouncing.
Or no, Turnabout first?
Turnabout first.
Okay.
Untap. Get more mana. Gush, bouncing lands.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Did we lose? We have to fly. We have to Tendrils him and beat him with flyers now.
Yeah. So,
Land.
Lotus, or land, Lotus, black, tendrils for whatever.
Yep. That's a good way to put it.
Alright. Well, it's tendrils swing for 12, so we actually probably still win.
He has to tap Carnophage?
Yeah, he has to tap Carnophage or he dies.
Interesting.
And then I don't think he can play 2 flyers.
He could possibly just kill both of our flyers somehow.
He could.
Or gain life somehow, or whatever.
All these are reasonable options.
Wow, that was kind of the brick there.
Right, we hit quad islands. Lol. Oh no, choking tethers. Shit. Well, alright, we gotta keep going.
Ridiculous.
So he can hit us for up to 6 right now? Up to
Why is he playing Choking Tether?
Alright.
Why is he playing Choking Tether?
Shh, let him play choking tethers. We won that.
Guy?
We won that off of Owl Familiar beats.
Sometimes you gotta beat down with Owl Familiar.
Is there anything we want to change?
Let's see, do we want our own choking?
Actually, our own choking tethers might be kind of like tech here.
Do we discard like either an Owl Familiar or a Deep Analysis?
I think we want the deep analysis. Well, maybe deep analysis is a little slow. We have 3 Owl Familiar, 2 deep analysis, and Factor Fiction, and Double Frantic Search, and Gush.
Okay. That was a pretty good game.
Yeah, that was just weird, though. We hit Quad Island off of our draw effects, and then Druid Island, and we're just like, huh, that's weird.
Huh.
So he knows we have Lotus now,
Yeah.
but, I mean, everyone's learned that we have Lotus, so
Yeah. Lotus has won us many games.
it has. That is why people fight over the Lotus.
Yeah. And it's kind of funny, we took second pick Frantic Search and just forced this all.
I've taken first pick Frantic Searches and forced it and still done decent, but Lotus just kind of,
To win with a Storm deck, you really need to go over the top somehow.
On the draw, I keep this.
Yeah, we have Choking Tethers to cycle.
Right, yeah. So on the draw, this is a fine hand.
Choking Tethers builds up our Cabal Ritual count.
Yep.
Hopefully it doesn't...
Oh! Like our volcanic island.
Yeah. Say, we took the Lotus.
Double high tide seems good. That's the point where he's like, yeah, thanks for rubbing it in.
Okay.
More island, please. Please.
Yeah. If we don't hit a land here, we might just have to cycle Choking Tethers.
Right. He might be waiting to come back with a comment towards us. Or he might be double queuing as we've...
Say which one is better.
No.
Ask him which one is better.
No, John. I try not to troll as much as possible.
First, ask him which one is better, and then say, I think the Lotus is better.
No, John, I'm not asking him that.
But then say, but I'm not sure.
John, no, I'm not going to troll our opponent.
Then say, I'm not sure. What do you think?
John, troll level. Bring it down a little bit.
Well, I just want to know his opinion.
John, stop it. He's already double queuing.
Ooh, Nightscape Familiar.
Land.
Or do we cycle Choking Tethers?
I think we just play out the Nightscape Familiar. Well, let's cycle the Choking Tether so we hit a land next turn.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, no. Oh,
What does that even get? Oh, I'm going to cycle this anyways.
okay. It probably gets Gush.
Probably. Well, the
Maybe
longest-
it gets Nightscape Familiar.
That's also a possibility, or turnabout.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff he could do to break this up.
Jeez. We have infinite mana in hand.
We don't have the islands, but... it's
Right.
pretty good.
Well, once we hit like 1 or 2 islands, we just have infinite mana. So he grabbed the turnabout.
I don't think that was correct, but... Because Frantic Search does the same thing, and it's cheaper. Like, the turnabout is just over the top. I think, out of anything he could have took from our hand, turnabout was the one I wanted him to take.
Play Nightscape Familiar now?
Do you think he could kill it?
It's possible, but if he kills it, I'm fine with that. We're getting an extra island anyways.
If he kills it, it eats his mana too. So,
Right.
sure.
It makes spells like Frantic Search just insane. So, oh,
Spinal Graft.
that's interesting. So we take 6 here.
Yeah, it's a good board in by him because... Or is it?
I'm going to hold off on this until we've drawn. Because I want to draw an island.
Yeah, now we can just block and regenerate.
Do we just play the Lonely Sandbar as a land?
I think so. And we can
Yeah, we can block and regen now. So.
we can brainstorm, put back what we don't want, and then block and regenerate.
On his turn brainstorm or on our turn brainstorm?
Well, we can shuffle away whatever we don't want with the floodplain.
Right, okay.
So I'm thinking we can brainstorm on his turn.
Okay, and then use floodplain. Gotcha.
Yeah, and floodplain and block his Mesmeric Fiend and regenerate.
Okay.
We can't block the Escari because it is flanking.
Right.
Okay, so
So-
brainstorm?
We go to blocks first.
Why?
Okay, brainstorm first. So brainstorm. Double island is good for us. I don't think we need the Cabal Ritual right now.
Okay, yeah, we kind of just want draw effects.
So put back 1 island.
Sure. And then floodplain.
What's he? Wait, he went to his other queue probably.
Yeah, this is pretty good. It gets us out of our clunkiness, and hopefully
Right.
we only take 2 here. Hopefully,
Ideally, yes. Because once we have that island out and another island, we can produce damn near infinite mana.
yeah. At that point, with double high tide, do we take out the Palancron? I think.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, lame.
It was just too expensive, we thought. So, or at least I thought.
You thought that. I wanted to go infinite.
John.
I like infinite.
You have been playing too much Melirapod.
I know. Okay, so I guess there's no downside to blocking and regenerating here.
Right.
Hooray! Nightscape Familiar.
Yep. And he's still on 2 lands.
Uh-oh, Jin.
Baby Jin.
Oh, this is how we lose.
So we block again, we take 4.
Yep.
We still have a turn or 2, so.
Yep.
And especially since he's stuck on lands, it helps us. Because he probably has, like, Daddy Jin in hand, too.
Yeah, he probably does have Daddy Jin. So we'll block and regenerate. Yay, Nightscape Familiar.
Do you want to just use this end of turn? Or do you want to save it for a card? Or
Let's
for... You want to save it?
I don't know. We're taking 6.
Yeah, next turn we're taking minimum of 6.
If he kills our guy, actually we die.
Right, so I'm going to do this. Because I want to hit a bigger draw spell if I can.
Fine. Brain freeze, so it reduces our storm count. Okay.
Owl Familiar's alright though. So we can go High Tide, well, I'd like to get one of those other things. Maybe we go Lonely Sandbar, this Owl Familiar.
Sure.
Worst case, it gives us an extra blocker. Scrivener.
Oh, only needed to tap a blue, by the way.
Huh?
You have
Oh,
Nightscape?
right, Nightscape Familiar.
Yep.
Well, we have an extra black floating now.
No, but now we're screwed because we can't block and regenerate, so that's going to lose us the game.
We can play this extra black then.
What is... No, we have to...
We can combo this turn, I think. Because we can go Gush, Scrivener, Gush.
Or High Tide, High Tide.
High Tide, make 2 mana. High Tide, make 3 mana. Gush, bouncing lands, play a land, make more mana. Scrivener, Gush.
We don't have enough islands. Oh, no, we do have enough islands.
Because we'll get to play another one. So we discard the swamp.
Okay.
So we go this, then we go High Tide,
Yeah.
float that. High Tide, Gush, bouncing our lands.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. So,
Frantic Search is-
Island, tap, Frantic Search. Using a blue just in case.
Tap the swamp.
So
we
discard the
yep.
lands.
Yeah, untap the swamp.
Then we can float more mana, Frantic Search again.
Okay.
Discarding the lands again.
Scrivener.
So, Scrivener, just using a bunch of the blue. Getting back Gush,
Okay.
because we can cast it for free.
So we have to tap out then.
Yeah. Well, I think we're winning, so.
I think we're winning.
So we go that. Or do you just want to play Gush for mana?
It only costs 4.
Right, and we have 14 mana floating.
And we can play like another Scrivener and get that Gush.
Right, so we're going to just cast Gush for actual mana.
Okay. Ooh.
Scrivener.
I don't think we even need Scrivener at this point. We can brain... No,
Well-
we should have played Brain Freeze there.
Oh, I'm going to get Gush and... Or maybe get Frantic Search so I can untap lands again.
Yeah, okay. And then we can discard Obsessive Search. Like, at this point, we can kill him infinite ways.
Right. So we go that. Discard that and that. Discard with Madness. Untap our lands. Cast that.
We
Float,
can even play Owl Familiars, too.
float a billion mana. Owl Familiar. Draw a discard. Hell, we can Factor Fiction even. We have plenty of spells on the stack, but Black Lotus, sure.
We'll take Lotus and X.
I think it's Lotus or Lotus and nothing, but
So we either take Dark Ritual or we take Dark Ritual that costs 0.
right.
So he's gonna split Black Lotus, 3 islands. Black Lotus against everything.
Right. And then we can even do... We don't need to do Owl Familiar again. Let's see. You said there was a way that I can, like, click on this to see how much storm count I have?
And he said that cards with Storm should say what storm count it's at. Take Black Lotus. It doesn't.
Well, I'll cast Black Lotus. Do you want to just cast this guy and draw and discard the card that we cast off it? Or get off it?
Yeah.
Might as well.
There's no reason not to. Discard that one. You have Desire? No.
So, Braid frees you for a gazillion? Alright, so, we kicked total ass there.
Turns out Black Lotus actually was busted, so I'm glad we took it first pick.
Yes, I'm glad my finger slipped. I'm sorry about it, but I'm glad I took it.
Turned out it actually was a good card. Not sure why more people don't play with that card.
Right, why are you just jamming 4 in every deck?
I'm gonna see if I can put it into my modern deck. And
You go for that, John. You enjoy it. You might get kicked out of a few tournaments for it, but who knows? Because, I mean, you can go turn 1 pod with that.
Oh my gosh, that's so... Okay, well, thanks for watching, guys.
Yep, thanks for watching, everyone, and you all have a great night. As per usual, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff.